Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. So let's talk about cloud gaming for a little bit on this video, especially Google Stadia, and looking back at Google Stadia since November 2019, when they officially started launching this service, and just how far they have come since 2019. And sure, they had a bumpy ride in the beginning. They didn't bring us the features that they promised us in 2019. They lied about that. And of course, I criticized them when they did that. But however, I always knew that this service, it's going to stay here. They're not going to do this something as a short term. This is something that they always had in mind to do long term. Um, and they learned from their mistakes, I would say. They learned not to make an announcement about something they can bring. Uh, we have seen recently in 2020 that they are slowly bringing out these features like live streaming, uh, and also messaging, stuff like that. They're slowly implementing these features. There's still more features to come in, but they're slowly, stealthily. They're what I mean by stealth is they're not like making big announcements. They're just putting it out there, and then they want to see our reaction. Same thing with video games. No one thought Cyberpunk's gonna be on Stadia, but it came out on Stadia the same day on the release date. Jedi Fallen Order, it's here. A bunch of games on the pro subscriptions they are right now currently for you to play, and there's more on the way. So I think that Stadia has learned some valuable lesson, and that's don't make promises you can't keep. And I think this is important for a lot of services, for a lot of the services who want to be into gaming platform. And that's a good thing that they have learned their lesson. Don't make any promises that you can't deliver on. Just do it quietly. I think it's the best option here. I like what Stadia has done to do it quietly, to quietly release all of these features, and to quietly release all of these games. Now, however, they did give us a little hint that they have over 200 developers working on various different games, which they cannot talk about right now, and that they're planning to release over 400 games coming out this year alone, on top of what they already have. So that's pretty big amount of video games on Google Stadia for you to jump in and start playing. Okay, imagine how long it would take you to put, let's say, 600 games on your PlayStation 5. You can't put 600 games on your PlayStation 5. You would need like some ridiculous amount of hard drive space, and ridiculous amount of USB hubs, right? Powered USB hubs. I don't even know how that well would have worked. But on Stadia, you'll be able to do that. The press of a button, take it with you wherever you go. Convenient way to play. And right now, you're looking at Stadia. This is NBA 2K21. And it looks no different than what I would normally play on the PlayStation 4 Pro or the Xbox One X. Right now, you honestly can't even tell a difference. And it is Stadia. There it is. There it is right there. You can see it right behind me. There's Stadia right there. It's in 4K. I can click on a connection. I can show you that's in 4K. 4K resolution. It's there. And it looks great. Now the video, on the other hand, it's video. It's 1080p because that's what I'm recording on right now. And I'm a little bit sick, but I'm okay. Just a cold, nothing serious, you know. It'll take more than a cold to stop me from making not making movies, making video games. So, this is what I've been saying in the past year, and a lot of people say, but I don't remember you talking about the cloud gaming. Well, that's probably because you haven't spent enough time to check my channel. Some of you are new subscribers, some of you are old subscribers who probably don't like me for whatever reasons and moved to somebody else. But those of you who've been following me, listen, it's all there for you. I don't delete anything unless YouTube deletes it for me. All the videos, everything I made, it's there. All of the evidence is there for you to check and see. Yes, I have criticized Stadia when they needed to be criticized, but I also defended them from these false claims that the Chromecast Ultra overheats. That has been debunked. I haven't had any issues with the Chromecast Ultra since November 2019. That's a year and what, 2 months, something like that, and I haven't had any issues. That has been debunked. Other stuff has been debunked, that there's a ridiculous latency. There is no ridiculous latency. Latency, it's actually pretty much the same as what you would get on your console. It's about 19 to 18 milliseconds, depending on, whether you are using the Wi-Fi controller or if you're using a wired controller through your laptop. However, that has been debunked as well. There is 4K, there is HDR. HDR exists. It's not like every game supports HDR pretty much across the board on Stadia. So if you're looking for HDR and 4K, it does supports that. You can also record the games. You can also upload those videos. You can take screenshots. There's a live stream feature right now. Live stream, you can only do 1080p. You cannot live stream in 4K, but I think that might change in the future. They're also working on a new controller. They're going to build a new controller, and they're going to support that new Google TV device. So it's going to be implemented much better. Cloud gaming, if one thing I have realized during this pandemic, since 2020, I have realized how much cloud gaming really is reliable when you really think about it. People talk about PlayStation 5, people talk about Xbox Series X. Well, first of all, how many people actually do have PlayStation 5? How many people actually do have Xbox Series X? I'm not talking about maybe 5%, 10% that has it. Those of you lucky ones who have it, congratulations, that's great that you have it. But let's be honest, what about majority? I'm not looking at a minority. No one's going to look at the minority when they're looking at something. They're looking statistics and they're looking at it in majority. Majority doesn't have a PlayStation 5. Majority doesn't have an Xbox Series X. And why? Because they're so difficult to find during these very difficult times that we're in. These are some very difficult times. I don't need to tell you how difficult they are. You can just look out, just go outside, look at the news. You know how bad it is. So, to me, the cloud gaming seems to be probably the best and most reliable option, the cheapest and most reliable option. And then people are going to start saying, well, Mr. 4K, but what about the data caps? I'm being charged data caps. Well, here's the thing. If you want to have internet, you're going to get charged data caps. If you want to have a cellular phone with a cellular coverage, you're going to get charged the data caps. Okay? That's something that's out of our control. As a matter of fact, Google and Stadia, both of them, they're trying to negotiate with AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Cox, Time Warner, their Xfinity. They're trying to negotiate with them so that way if you use this service, they will not charge you that data cap. They're trying to make some kind of compromise in the agreement. So actually Google Stadia is fighting. They're fighting for you and me to make sure that we don't get the data caps. So that way they can at least lower it down or make it to the bare minimum or just totally remove it. Stadia wants to totally remove the data caps. You know, Sonny has covered this. Sonny Gamer, I know Sonny a little bit. He shout out to Sonny. He had covered this in the great lengths, but there's a lot of things that has happened with the cloud. When you look at Stadia, everyone was saying, "Oh, how Stadia is gonna die," and Stadia, it's a rest in peace. Where are those people? Like, you can't find them. Young Ya doesn't talk about it. Insider Gamer doesn't talk about it anymore. All these other guys who were on this bandwagon trying to profit clicks and money from those videos, you don't see them making those videos anymore. They're not talking about it. They're talking about something else because they know that they have been debunked. The Stadia is here to stay, and they're going to just keep on growing. So cloud gaming, cloud technology in general has really showed to me that this is the future. I spent 15 hours on the New Year's Eve playing Cyberpunk through Stadia. 15 hours. Live streaming and streaming from Stadia. Not one single problem. You can go look at that video. Go to the December 31st. All the way through January 1st, 4 a.m. From 12 till 4 a.m. January 1st. From December 31st noon all the way till January 1st, 4 a.m. Listen, into the New Year's Day. I've done countless of live streams and videos on cloud technology from Amazon Luna, Stadia, xCloud, Shadow. Listen, this is only going to grow. It's only going to get bigger and better. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. I don't know. I mean, do you even need the Xbox Series X at this point when you're going to be able to use the xCloud on your television, on your phones and tablets and laptops? You know, are you going to even need to actually bother with the Xbox Series X to spend the kind of money to buy all the extra additional hard drive? That costs money too. All of that adds up on top of the $75 for a video game. Same thing with the PlayStation 5. Now, the one advantage that PlayStation 5 has is the exclusives. So there I can see why, you would want to go and purchase a PlayStation 5 in the future because of the exclusives that they have. But these exclusives, how long is that going to last before it goes to the PC? And what's the future going to be of PlayStation 5? I have my predictions. I predicted that you'll have another 8 years. But believe me, those 8 years, you're going to see cloud technology grow bigger and bigger. And some people are going to say, hey, man, why do I have to spend this kind of cash on a console and console gets defective and I have to buy another hard drive? And now they're releasing another console, PlayStation 4 Pro, PlayStation 5 Pro on top of the Xbox Series XS. They already announced another Xbox. Think about these companies. Why are they in such a hurry? Okay, if you're so successful with your console, why in such a hurry to release another console? Because they know that this is the dying breed of console hardware. They know it. Okay, even Phil Spencer knows it, but he's not going to say it publicly because he can't. Same thing with Jim Ryan. He cannot say it publicly because he knows that where technology is going. Technology is going on the cloud. Well, this is the cloud. Why? Because it's convenient. It's very easy to control video games. It's very easy to give everybody access. You don't have to worry about the scalper bots. Everybody will have access to the latest and greatest that Sony has to offer, and the latest and greatest that the Xbox has to offer, and the latest and greatest that Nintendo has to offer, and Steam has to offer. You don't have to build a high-end PC. This is going to be a convenient way for people to play. Yes, I get it. You don't own the games. People say, oh, but I don't own my games. Well, guess what? I don't think you own the games to begin with, because you still have to have a subscription to your PlayStation Network and your Xbox Live. You cannot play a game without Xbox Live to prompt you to make sure that you have that game, that you bought that game. You have to go through Xbox Live. You have to sign into Xbox Live. You have to sign into the PlayStation so they can verify that you're not using a bootleg version of a game. So I don't think you own the games. Honestly, those days are over. So I still stand by my statement that the cloud technology, it's here. And I think this year will get better and better. I think this year we'll see it get even better and better. This year will be probably the year of the cloud. We're going to see some amazing thing happening this year in terms of cloud gaming. All right, so that's all I want to say. You know how I feel about cloud gaming. You guys know how I feel about the future of the cloud. And I'm just here to be honest with you. You know, even though this is somebody who's going to purchase PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X in the future. But I also know logically where this is going. You know, you don't have to be a brain scientist. You don't have to be a physicist. You don't have to be a hardware graduate, okay, to be able to predict which way this is going to go. So that's all I wanted to say. Let me know what you guys think. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick, but I'm okay. Just a common cold. Apologize about that. Sorry about that. But you guys let me know. What do you guys think? Am I tripping? Am I full of it? You know, or is this really the way it's going to go? You guys know how I feel. Let me know how you feel. Okay? Thank you, and I'll see you soon.